What is happening, y'all? Welcome. I'm back. Up next, we have the Aberrant Mage. Now, for those of you that came to this video because of the title and you don't have this mission unlocked, it's because you haven't killed enough Omeo Mages. Go into titles, gameplay record, scroll over to humans battled, go down and see Omeo Mages defeated. You have to be up at 10. You can farm these up towards the end of the sun sets on Mount Tenno mission. There's a shrine. Rest of the shrine, go back downstairs, kill the mages. Look at the last episode of the walkthrough for additional information. Now, before we continue, a couple things. First up, we have access to Genbu now. Now, we're not going to be using Genbu with our build, but for those of you that have been playing as a mage, this is your time to shine. Genbu is a fantastic guardian spirit for mage builds. In fact, it's the only one I'd really suggest for mage builds. Two big things here. Stalwart on Omeo Magic, meaning you can't be interrupted while casting, and Anima bonus Omeo Magic hit A. This means that you are getting a buttload of anima anytime you hit enemies with your casts, which helps out a lot. The other big thing is, as you probably have seen, looking at these, is we have access to 3 different yokai abilities now. Attunement limits have been increased, and we can now put 3 on. So we're going to toss a third. Now, when it comes to the third, I like to sort by attunement cost and see what I can do to kind of flesh things on out. Real fast, just to discuss the new core we just got, Ryumin. Very, very solid choice here. It's going to have a high chance of applying both fire and water elements to an enemy. I'm not a giant fan of it because you are vulnerable during that animation, but it is really good damage. It will absolutely decimate human opponents that are in your way. Against slower yokai, it'll tear them apart. I'm still a bigger fan of Kasha just because I like the life drain and the movement speed on a rate of absorption that comes along with it. But Ryumin, definitely a solid pick if you're looking for that spin to win action. So moving on though, let's see, what do we want to fit? So we're going down from attunement cost. See what we could fit into this build. So we have a Ipandatara for Scorch, elemental attack, ranged weapon hit. Man, so many choices. Well, Tesso is a pretty safe bet for one, mainly because you're getting a backstab damage bonus and active seal key damage. Pretty safe passives. I'm not going to be using the offensive odor at all, but a solid passive choice pickup. As for some other things that I think are worth pointing out here, as I mentioned before, if you have any of the Oni B heads, I think they're great in the 3rd slot, just an elemental buff on demand. Beyond them, Biwa Bokus are great if you're farming Revenants for the Soul Core drop rate and damage boost, just solid passive choices there. Where is it at? Mujina is kind of niche, but that copy enhancement can work very nicely in certain fights. Gaki is pretty much a safe all-rounder bet because of Anima Charge in the Dark Realm and some extra life drain on your abilities. Moving on down. Oh no, Kappa. I should totally put Kappa on. Kappa is going to be a clear winner here for me because of Indestructible Shell. But 2 others that I think are really good. So the shell on Kappa is really, really nice. It's just going to help out a lot with this type of build. But beyond that, Biwa I like for passives, and then 2 that I want to mention for sure are Scampus. It will increase your Scampus duration. The cat will follow you around longer, or Kodamas to enhance your elixir blessings. Both of those are really, really nice pickups. Speaking of, I have not been putting my blessings on at all. I should totally do that. An extra 25% Amrita. I've been missing out, man. Missing out. So anyway, let's jump on into the Aberrant Mage. Kind of excited to try out this combo with Kappa. It's something I've had. I didn't get to do it when I actually made my final axe build, but if it'll work how I think it'll work, it'll be extra badass. So go over here, fight happening, and we're gonna get involved. Looks like Psycho's gonna mostly clean up. So grab this. Probably remember this guy from earlier. This is a rifleman. He's going to join up with you. This is all locked up, so we can't do anything. But anyway, we want to do this to unlock another mission, and we get a smithing text as a reward. So, we're going to go down, and there should be 2 enemies here. Out of my way. Here comes the pain train. right. Now we're gonna take a right, go up this ladder. We're gonna be coming. Oh, this guy. You can hit light attacks, punch him off the ladder. And that other pathway, we're going to be popping out from there in a little bit, so don't worry about it for now. Now we're going to go to the rock first and destroy the poop rock that's causing this. There are 3 dwellers there, 1 big and 2 small. So what we are going to do is target the rock. Oh, big guy's already coming in. Kill him first. And don't go over there yet. That area is shit. It's a shit sandwich. So, up ahead in the cloud is a fart rat. Both of those lanterns are Koakos. So, what's going to be tricky to do here is we want to mess them up, but then also do what we can to... nope, man, it's too late. Oh, nope, and I'm getting caught. One of the harder encounters in the game, I feel. Alright, here's what's about to happen. Put on that Kappa shell. 50% invulnerability! I'm not sure if it would actually work like that, but I think it should. Maybe I'm spinning, you know, so half of my spins. We can also do exactly what we're doing right now, which is just letting Psycha take care of things. And then we'll buff up and... Oh god, here he comes. Now we have our buffs on Fart Rat. That was delicious. He rolled right into the Kappa shell. Yeah, basically, as long as you have that buff up, you are completely immune to damage from behind. Since I'm spinning, I mean, I consider it like half of the time I'm immune to damage, you know? So anyway, after that, there's a shrine. Now, you could try and run past for the shrine, but honestly, it's probably not going to work out well for you. They're going to come in, and then you're just going to panic, and you're going to die right next to a shrine. Don't do it. Just you know, let Psycha handle one. Oh, I forgot about this fucking spider. God damn it. Spider ambushed me in the walkthrough prep, too. I didn't even put him in my notes. Alright, so we're gonna go this way and snipe you. And then we'll pull this guy over. Oh, why? He just stood there and took it to the face. Think there's anything worthwhile going over here? Why not? We got time. Let's just do this to kill him, get the chest. We're not looking to get everything on this mission because there's no key loot, but it'd be silly to miss a chest when I can insta-kill him with the trap. So, you might want to summon someone for this next encounter. It can get a little intense, but jump on down. Now, once we kill this mage, we're going to have to fight 2 Aberrants, then a Tesso and a Nobume, and then 2 Unyudos. So, very, very intense. There's going to be a lot of combat going on. We're going to get buffed up a little bit with some things here. This one isn't a concern. He's gonna die instantly, like that. Get our spin going before she has a chance to do anything. I'm so tired of your goddamn farts. Oh, that hurts. And we're dead. That was completely my fault, though. I was too in it to win it, man. Just trying to spin. Relied on my kappa too much. Should have just played it smart and killed him the simple way. But we have this shrine, so it's really easy to get back there. Actually, you don't even need to worry about this schmuck. Just run past him, drop on down. I did not think you'd actually follow me down here. Not a big concern. There we go. Let it rip. Alright, now we're gonna properly take on these Niohs. Oh boy. I do not like to mess around. Psycho, could you pull one of these things? As long as it's just a one-on-one, these guys aren't that bad. So I would suggest killing the lightning one first, just because if you get inflicted by his slow, it's gonna suck. All right. And with them done, the rest of this is easy peasy. There's more to this level, but that was essentially the boss encounter for it. So go on and pop these open. This one has the rusty key. This one is just some loot. Pop this open. And before we go any further, god damn spiders. Alright, now that's that ladder that we went up, so we're gonna go up this way, kill these two clowns again. I'm gonna put this on. There's a crystal inside this room. As soon as you shatter it, the mission's over. So won't need to really do that, but don't even worry about the mages. Just break the crystal and they all die. Oh, pick up the spirit stones. Go on and get the loot from the chest. And I think we're all set. So we gotta talk to him. Come on. We're gonna battle, save that for another day. And that other day is today, because we're about to beat his ass. Thinking about it, I probably should have mentioned it at the start of this episode, but for those of you that are running a ninja, doing a ninja build, you're going to be in luck. Probably should have hit next region. You get a new thing there, but we'll talk about that in a second. Head on into the third word. This is a duel against Psycha. If you are looking to farm up his set, this is where you would do it. You also get his spirit after, which is a great spirit for a range style build, but definitely a trickier fight for me. In my build, this guy, he's too fast for me to really punish him a lot. So I'm pulling out all the stops here. Starts with a cannon to the face. Actually, the last time I was fighting him, I had rage up. I think that was half the problem. This is why I like battle focus, man. Axe is already so heavy on P that cutting that down in half, just keeping the damage. So nice. There we go. So as I mentioned, you can farm the smithing text off of him for his katana, for his rifle, and for his armor set. But as with all farming, I would recommend doing it New Game Plus. Basically, he's a mercenary. He has no alliances. Alright, and with everything with the exception of Master 3 Evils done, on to the next region we go. So things are gonna shake up a little bit. Definitely a worthwhile cutscene, but basically we're gonna be meeting the other side of Japan. Good guys, the real good guys. And we get Nekomata. Mata? I always call it Matada, and then people get upset. But anyway, let's talk about the 2 new spirits we got, because we're not jumping into Ruin Draws Near just yet. Though I'm sure a lot of you are excited for this mission, because people get destroyed by Shibata, and so it's going to be a good one to walk people through. So, jumping on into our guardian spirits. First up, Yatagarasu. This is a feral spirit with a anima bonus on ranged weapon hit for A. So if you are wanting to do a ranged build, this is who you would use. Basically pull this thing on out every time you shoot something, get a big chunk coming on in. Melee damage versus Scorched, you can do this with I'm trying to remember what it was. I want to say Mikome set. Put on like some of the Imakome set and then some of his set, and basically every time you shoot the enemy, you light him on fire. Really nice synergy there, but so decent spirit all around. For the ninja builds, Neko. This thing is hands down the best spirit for ninja builds. Your throwing weapons go up 5%, 20% additional yokai ability damage on any feral. Your burst counter gets extended. It's like a super parry window on it, and a anima bonus of A for ninjutsu hit. So if you are doing a ninja build, this is it. This is what you have been building towards. Put this on and just call it a day. And the 2 main things you need here are skill and dexterity, which are your 2 primary stats. So great spirit for people playing ninja builds. Now before we wrap up, we are going to level up pinch. No, let's go here. And then I'm going to respec some of my axe skills since we're only at 18 minutes. I got time. And this is something that I talked about before, you know, kind of as you're making your way towards the end of the game to cut the fat. And that's exactly what we're about to do right now. So going back to, well, let's pick up, I don't know what to pick up here. There's nothing I need. Don't have enough. Actually, let me see if I've unlocked any dojo missions. Probably, I got Way of the Omio Adept. Good, let's do that. I'll unlock access to some of the better Omio stuff that I've been waiting on. So we'll do this. Actually, this is going to be terrible. I just lost my axe skills. I can pick them back up before this starts, I think. As long as it's not like the fight begins. Yes. All right. So thinking about axe and whatever your weapon you want to do, you want to look at what you have been using. So I've been using Mad Spinner a lot. So Mad Spinner and Mad Spinner 2. Oh god, I can't pick these up while I'm here. This is going to suck so bad. I'm going to fragment out of this. I've been using Mad Spinner, though. That's the point. I know I've said it like 4 times now. So I want to pick that up. Rumbling Earth. Rumbling Earth, I haven't really been using a lot. It's an interesting move. If you build around it, it does get powerful. But I haven't been working with it. So instead, we're going to just pick up Mad Spinner 2. Bear's Bane. I don't think I've used this at all. It's actually a decent move, but I haven't used it at all. Rampage we're going to pick up just because I want to get Inner Light. Inner Light is going to be my go-to weapon of choice. We're not going to actually be putting that on. And low stands. Let's see. Cloud Crush. Have to use that to get to Inner Light. What do we got here? Damage dealt from behind. I'm not usually getting behind with the axe, so I'm not that worried about that. Southpaw I have been using quite a lot, so we're going to pick that up and keep that in. As for mid stance, Rage, we're going to pass over Rage and we're going to work on Battle Focus. You know, rage can be nice, but I've been liking battle focus a lot. I've been liking the extra key. We're going to skip Indomitable Spirit. A Spirit Wind I almost never use. I just block and follow up. Stone Mallet I haven't touched at all. Tri-Spark is a decent ability, but I haven't been using it. Maybe we could pick up Tri-Spark. Do I want to use that? Lumber Chop is fun, but gimmicky. So we're going to pick up Heaven and Earth. We're going to skip Lumber Chop. And then I could do Rampage in low stance. I could do Mad Spinner in high stance. Then I could do Tri-Spark in mid stance. Let's do that. We will get Tri-Spark. Tri-Spark there. That allows us to get Spirit Wind. Titanic Strength I haven't been using almost at all, so we're going to skip past that. Actually, I need to pick that up to get access to Relentless. So before Relentless, instead, we're going to go Kintara Kata. It's just going to outright increase all of my damage against Yokai. And then we're going to do Passage to the Afterlife. This is going to ramp up my grapple potential, which is something I do a lot. I'm not a big fan of the health below 30. This one increases the damage you receive is reduced, and then the damage you deal. But these are both for basically critical builds. I'm not a big fan of critical builds, so we're going to be skipping those completely. He drops 30 and below. That's backstab when you're full health, and no. So beyond here, I got the two passives that I get the most use out of. I could do damage from behind, but like I said, Axe is kind of iffy with pulling that off. So instead, I'm going to work towards Relentless and get the key. And to do that, we will pick up our 1 point in Titanic Strength. So going back into the skill customization, we have Mad Spinner on the high stance now. We're going to give that our stamina bonus. That's our main. Heaven and Earth. We're going to give this our... We give that Masterful Slice to really shatter key. If something's blocking, I want that to annihilate its key. We got Battle Focus on every stance here. Titanic Strength. Picked up Tri-Spark. Put Lightning on Tri-Spark because why the hell not? Actually, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We're going to put Lightning on Mad Spinner and low stance. And then so that way I have the ability to apply that very easily. Spirit Wind we kept. Titanic Strength we kept. Great. Omio will save that point. Jitsu will just pick up this. And we are going to knock out the dojo mission now. But so main things that I want to talk about here before I get off track. So we had a lot of skills before. We had Lumber Chop. I think you saw us use Lumber Chop maybe like 4 times during the series of this walkthrough. We had Rumbling Earth on. I had Rumbling Earth and Rumbling Earth too. Wasn't really using those abilities. They didn't see almost any usage. You know, Rage, I kind of used Rage, but unless I was using Rage and Battle Focus, it just didn't work out all that well. Additionally, I'm not running the Obsidian set anymore, so I'm not benefiting from having Rage last even longer. So essentially, we cut the slack from the build, and we picked up some stuff that's going to help. This is going to give us an extra 4% flat damage against Yokai. That's a big boost. 4, 3, and 2, that's an extra 9% damage against any time we get a grapple off, which is quite a bit. The grapples where we pin them down and shove the axe into their chest. And while most enemies are going to die from that almost instantly, it'll be really nice anytime we bottom out a Yokai enemy. So the point is, whatever weapon you're using, look at the skills that you haven't been using. Look at the skills that haven't really felt like they've performed as much as you've wanted, and really fine-tune your build as we move forward towards the end of the game. Got what here? Water Talisman and a Sloth Scroll. Oh man, the extra key damage on that is oof. Be slow. I'm Omio Man. Those of you that want to level up Omio, you could actually just do this mission like over and over and over again, because since when you die here, there's no repercussions. So you could essentially just stay in this mission and just keep doing it and keep spamming the Omio stuff over and over again. Look at that grapple. That's a fat, juicy grapple right there. Took long enough to get the Omio up. And now that we have Omio up, we're actually going to respec that tree as well, because now I have access to weakness, which is one of the main things we'd want out of Omio. And the veteran motion got added straight on in. We can't do the adept ninja. And we're far off from veteran, but that's okay. So respecing Omio at this point, if you're not a mage, what we're going to be picking up are just kind of standards that are really good to go for. We're going to go up to here, take weakness, max that out to reduce the jutsu cost. Go over here for barrier, max that out to reduce the cost. Go over here, max this passive out. That's going to be Yokai Dark Realm resistance. Sloth, if you want Sloth, we're not going to be working with Sloth. Instead, we're going to be... It can get capacity, so now we're going to be working down straight towards capacity. We're going to max that out for 5 more capacity. And now we have our main things. As a warrior-based build that just wants some support magic, it's going to be Barrier Talisman, and it's going to be Weakness. Purification is a decent one to put points in. This is good against every single Yokai boss in the game, so that's a safe choice if you don't want to invest in Fire, Water, or Lightning. Beyond this point, I'm usually going to go for the elemental stuff. Water Break. Over here, I'll pick up Lightning Break. And then the next 2 points I get, I'll put in Fire Break. And those would be my bases covered. After that, work towards other things like Panacea Cure Fast. This is going to make your elixirs heal for more. But that's how I would spec for somebody that's playing a non-mage but has some support magic. Especially because we picked up that passive, we can now run probably 2 of these and 4. So that's pretty nice. We got 4 of those on, and then 2 of these for the boss. It's a big upgrade from where we were before. Anyway, we're going to wrap on up. I like how this was supposed to be a short episode and just kind of going through and explaining some of the stuff that's good to do at this point in the game. It ended up, we're almost at fucking 30 minutes. It's ridiculous. Where the hell are those bombs? Always keep some bombs on. Also, well, while we're on the topic here, all this stuff, use it. Burn through all of these. Level up. A lot of the stuff, it'll sit in your inventory for a while. You save it, and you save it, and you save it, and you save it. Nah, screw that. We're going to burn all that. We'll probably get 2 levels out of it. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Look at that. 2 levels. Great. So we're going to wrap on up here, though. I'm going to go through and check the gear. But either way, in the next episode, we'll be knocking out the Ruin Draws Near, which is one of the harder bosses in the game, at least according to everyone in the comment section, along with a hidden achievement. So stay tuned, and I will see you all then.